Hey, I'm Randy. I'm the Cheap Audio Man, and today we're talking about the Fluance Signature bookshelf speakers. If you're new here, please subscribe, like the video if you like it. If you want to jump to the end to see my final conclusions, just scroll on over until you see the Cheap Audio Man. Beautiful transition art, and you can hear my final thoughts. So, join me on my back porch, grab a beverage, and let's talk about the Fluance Signature Series bookshelf speakers. Okay, so these are a $199 speaker on Amazon. Fluance is a direct-to-market company, so they don't sell through dealers like Clips or Polk or even ELAC. Your dollar goes a lot farther with direct-to-market companies. So Emotive is a direct-to-market company, and Fluance is out of Canada. This is their first speaker that I've ever listened to. I do have one of their turntables, and it's really good. But I don't really have a frame of reference for turntables because I don't have any other turntables. And quite frankly, I haven't listened to a turntable since the 80s, and that was like a plastic one. Yeah, the 80s. So, build quality, they're very good looking. I mean, for a $200 speaker, this is a handsome speaker. It's got a woven woofer with a cool little phase plug, and I like kind of that bullet style of a phase plug. It's got a soft dome tweeter, looks like an inch, and 2 front ports. And it's not a box like some of the other speakers, so it's not rectangular shaped. Put that right back down very carefully because I don't want to scratch the bottoms. It also has keyhole hanger on the back here. So obviously these are meant to go against the wall, hence the front port. However, I didn't listen to them against the wall. I listened to them, I don't know, about 12, 14, 16 inches away from the wall on my regular speaker stands, just where I listen to all my speakers. That way I have, I don't know, a reference point to kind of judge them equally. I like to eliminate as many variables as possible. So, what's it sound like? Well, let's talk about bass. Bass on these is surprisingly awesome. Not surprisingly. I was hoping that it would be really good. It is very good. It's full without being bloated. It sides on the warmer side of a speaker, but it doesn't mean it's it's not trebly, like I like to say. The bass is good. It's tight, it's accurate, it's not overbearing. It is balanced from low SPLs all the way up to high SPLs. It sounds very, 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 very good. And quite frankly, I was a little surprised how good it actually sounds. Let's talk about mid-range. Mid-range on this speaker is just as good as the bass. It's very consistent throughout the mid-range. There's not a lot of difference between male and female vocals, as in quality and clarity. Ever so slightly stepped back, but not in a bad way. Tonality is phenomenal. Acoustic guitars sound very good. Chris Cornell's voice sounded great. Alanis Morissette's voice sounded great. It's just very tonally accurate, in my opinion. Very pleasing, very full, without being too thick, without being veiled. It is very, very good mid-range. at any price, really. Let's talk about treble. All right, so treble, maybe the only place that somebody might not like this speaker, and not for me. Actually, this speaker sounds the signature of this speaker is exactly in my wheelhouse. The reason is the treble is I don't really think it's rolled off. It's just balanced very well. Speakers in this price range normally do one thing well, maybe two. They rarely do all three, bass, mid-range, and treble well. This speaker does all of it well. The treble is balanced while not being bright at all. It's not sibilant, and at louder volumes it sounds even better. So, what are my final thoughts? This is bar none, to my ear, the absolute best speaker I've ever heard under $200. I don't like saying, oh, this sounds like it's $300, because $300 speakers all sound different. Or this sounds like it's a $500 speaker. They all sound different. To me, it sounds like more than a $200 speaker. And the only reason I say that is because it stacks up very well against the ELAC Debut B6 and the ELAC Debut B6.2. Quite frankly, this is almost like the B6 and B6.2 combined. It has all of the soundstage and imaging and excitement and fun factor of the B6, while having the clarity and I'd say more audiophile sound of the B6.2. This is a great speaker. It's good looking. You wouldn't think the bass response would be as good as it is, simply because of the size and the front porting. It's the best speaker I've ever heard under $200. And I think the reason is because you're getting a better value. You're not having to buy a product that goes through an importer, a distributor, a dealer, and then finally to the consumer. This is coming straight out of Canada. Now they're importing it probably. There's, I think, very little chance that this is actually made in Canada. It doesn't really say. It does have a Canadian flag on it. It's it's the best speaker I've ever heard under $200. It sounds better than the ELAC B6.2. I can't possibly say enough good things about this speaker. The one thing I will say though is you can get it from Amazon for $199, but as some of my previous videos I discussed the Amazon warehouse. If you click on the link, and I'm going to try to link right to the Amazon warehouse, it's $135, and that's what I paid. So it's like $65 less than retail, and a significant discount over retail. I think there's one left. If you are at all interested in this speaker and you're in the US, I would jump all over that Amazon warehouse deal. If you don't like it, return it. But unless you really like a super bright speaker, this is more well balanced than anything I've heard, less than like the ELAC Debut Reference, which is a $600 speaker. The Klipsch RP600M, which is on sale right now, but it's still a $430 speaker. You're splitting hairs between those and these from a sound standpoint. You really are. This is the best value in speakers, I think, right now. It's great. I don't have a lot more to say. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you like the video, like it. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm very involved in the comments. I answer every single comment that's put on there. So with that, I am Randy. I'm the Cheap Audio Man, and go out and buy these speakers if you can. I don't think you're going to be disappointed.